Oh hey, I didn't see you there. Without a door, anybody can walk in on you. That's why I'm here to show you how to install a door.
Can you go back a little bit? Alright, thanks. So, we chose this topic because there's no door here. So, replacing and installing doors can be found in the carpentry industry. Doors are very important for privacy, as you saw earlier in this video. The job outlook for carpenters is at about a 6% growth rate, which is about average. The median salary for carpentry is about 42 grand a year, but it can go up higher than 60 grand or you start off lower, like maybe 30 grand. And you can gain this skill after you get a high school diploma and go through an apprenticeship, and that's all you need. You can have some tech school training, but that's about it.
Some tools you're going to need for this project are some nails. You're also going to need either a hammer or a nail gun. You're also going to need tape measure. You're also going to need pry bar, as well as leveler. Also, circular saw. And an extension cord. You're also going to need some safety glasses.
So some materials you're going to need for this project. You're obviously going to need your door, some cove molding to cover the gap between the door and the trim. You're going to need your latch set, some lath, L-A-T-H-E, to shim the door. And then you're going to need some shims. Hey Zach, where can you get these tools and materials?
Oh, you know, you can get them at a store. Oh, you mean specific? Oh, you can get them at like a Home Depot or something.
Thanks.
No problem. First, we're gonna measure the height of the doorway, and then we're gonna take the door outside and cut it down to the right size. The opening that we're putting this door into is shorter than the actual door, so we need to trim it down a bit. Now that this side's trimmed up, we can get the other side trimmed up. Now that we got both sides trimmed up, we can trim up the door to allow for flooring. Now if we finish cutting up the door, we can put this bad boy in the opening. After you trim up the door, we gotta get these bad boys out of here. Next, you're gonna measure up to where your hinges are, and then measure that same way in your opening. And we're using a 1/4 inch piece of lath to make the opening smaller. So I've got that measurement right there. And we're gonna put that bad boy in. Alright, so once we got these laths placed all over the doorway, we're next going to place the door in the doorway. Alright? It's very complicated. So now, after Imagine the doorway is in place right now. We're going to have one person on this side of the doorway and one person on this side. And then we're going to have one person put this shim in here, and then the other person put the shim in from this side. And then we'll have the doorway tightened up, and then we can put a nail into the trim, through the trim, into the shims and the lath on all of these laths. Once you get the door shimmed up like this right here, you can take this handy dandy leveler, line it up against the hinges, and check to see if the door is level. If it is, you can move on to the next step, which is to unscrew the middle screw of the hinge and put a longer screw in to screw through the shim and... oh shit, I forgot what that was called.
Now that we got everything nailed and leveled, we got this bad boy right where we want it.
This is where we're finishing our project, but some further steps you can take to make this doorway look gorgeous are that you can take a utility knife and score the shims and snap them right off, all of them, and then you can take this cove molding and cover up that gap in between these two. Cover that right up after you snap these off, and it'll look like a professional did it.
Gorgeous.
Once you do all that, then you can install your latch set.
Oh, hey, thanks for watching this video. Let's review. Come on over.
Let's recap. So some things you're going to need in order to do this project. You're going to need some shims. You're going to need some 1/4 inch lath. Pry bar. Your latch set. Cove molding. Some nails. Tape measure. Nail gun or hammer. Circular saw. Extension cord, leveler, and the door. The average cost of this project is between $200 and $500. That's a pretty hefty price tag if you want to do this project.